What is up, everybody? It is January 5th, 2026. I am so pumped for the new year. Today, we are talking Mamdani. We are talking Maduro. We're talking new laws in the state of California and how all of this affects you. Right? Coming up on the Mike Harvey Show. Let's go.
Cowboy up, California, time to fight for faith and freedom, truth and light. Head on tight, let the people know you're riding with the Mike Harvey Show.
What is up? Happy New Year. Welcome back. I got to tell you, I am so excited about what's coming up. And like, I am genuinely, honestly excited for this year. And you may be out there thinking, 2025, man, that was a rough year. We lost Prop 50. We got Newsom still in the governor's mansion, trying to make his way to the White House, of course. We have homelessness on the rise. Crime, even though it was voted in the new crime bill last year, 2 years ago, whenever it was, unfunded, underfunded. Yet we continue to fund things like the train to nowhere with no track existing. Everybody knows this. I am excited. I'm excited. And I'm not excited because, man, 2026 is going to be our year. We're going to win. We're going to take back the state, blah, blah. We may do that. God willing. That'd be amazing. But I got to tell you, I just rolled out. And if you guys want to know about this, I'm going to be sharing more. You reach out to me, or we're going to start doing regular conference calls and stuff on this. But we put together our 10-year plan, our 10-year vision, strategy, coalitions, how you can be involved, and so much more. But I'll tell you, things are always darkest before sunrise, right? And we may be in a dark time for our state. You got the leftists out there saying, man, Trump is an existential threat to our country. He went in and waged war on the president of Venezuela. And of course, we got, all these people in California, all of our politicians, all of our leftists, how dare Trump do this? How dare him do what now? How dare him go into another country, take out a criminal who wasn't actually even the elected president? Trump has the authority to do this. Maduro's a criminal. We all know it. But we're going to bash Trump on whatever we can. We're going to impeach. Okay, let's get real. This is in the best interest of the American people. Are we going to crucify Trump for doing something that's in the best interest of the American people? And look, I'll be the first one to tell you, there are times when he says things, I'm like, oh, gosh, I'm going to cringe a little bit. I may even agree with you, but the way you said it, come on, dude, let's use a little bit of tact. I'll give you that. But, man, we've been winning for the past 2 years. Excuse me, the past 1 year. We're going to continue to win. We're going to continue to make America great again. We're going to continue to make California great again. But look, the things that they're saying about Trump, this isn't brand new. They're saying, well, Trump's a fascist. Trump's a dictator. He took out another dictator. So tell me again how that works. There's nothing new under the sun. We think, well, they're saying this about Trump. Trump is the bad guy. Look, they've been saying this exact same thing about every Republican and or Republican candidate, especially for president, for what, at least the past 8 years? They said it about, they're saying about Trump. They said it about Bush 1. They said it about Bush 2. They said it about Reagan. It was like, Reagan was the greatest president we ever had. Well, I got news for you. They said the exact same things they're saying about, and I know I'm a little bit animated this morning. Okay, I get it. But I care about the future of our state. I care about the future for my kids. We were just out at church yesterday, and we were looking out across the valley. We go to Cannon Hills Assembly of God in Bakersfield, California, and they're sitting right on top of this mountaintop. You can see out across the whole valley. And it was lush and green, and our kids are playing, and my wife is taking videos, taking photo, and we're just enjoying it, having a good time, enjoying the scenery. That's what I'm fighting for. That's what we're all fighting for. We care about the direction that our country's going, but even more so, look, our country's been going in a good way, aside from some places like Minnesota, which everybody clap. Governor Walz is stepping down. He's resigning. Well, you should. You should hang your head in shame, dude. Are you freaking kidding me? But they've caught this going on in Minnesota. Where is the Doge that we need in California? The train to nowhere, the homelessness, all this billions of dollars. I was talking to my wife this morning about Gavin Newsom, and she's like, "Well, how long has he been governor?" I said, "Well, for 8 years. His term limit's up. But before he became governor of California, he first cut his teeth on destroying San Francisco. Now he's destroy the state. Next stop, destroy the whole United States. We're going for the White House. We're going to take it all, baby." No, not if we have anything to do about it. Not if we have anything to say about it. We're not going to let you destroy the rest of this country like we let you destroy this state. But again, they said the same things. They've called us ultra right, far right, fascist, Nazis. This didn't start with Trump. That's what everybody maybe not everybody, but maybe I'm sure you guys watching this, listening to this, or sitting out there and saying, "Well, I knew about it. I heard about it." Okay, granted, but what about your friends? Maybe they're not so plugged in. Maybe they're not so involved. Maybe they're not paying attention. They've been calling us these names for, again, as far back as anybody that I know can remember, and long before I was ever even born. Okay, Trump is not the existential threat. The existential threat, and I struggle with this one, right? Because words have weight. The words that they have used have almost lost their meaning. Some of them maybe have lost their meaning because they've been just throwing them out there for so long and so repetitively. It's like, okay, it's just bouncing off at this point. It's like, who cares, right? So I hate to use the word, but it's not just name calling in this case. This is reality. This is reality. Straight up communists. And in a city where only 24 years earlier the 9/11 attacks occurred, we've now elected a Muslim terrorist. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying that all Muslims are bad. I have plenty of good friends that are Muslim. What I'm saying is this particular one is a communist. And he's out and out, being very public about it, very open. But what do you think's going on in California? We got the same level, if not a higher level, of corruption. We have communists coming for our state. And this is what they do. They take over. They come in under the radar. They take over establishments. They take over institutions, the media, some churches. They take over government. They take over the schools. They take over industry. And this is exactly what we end up with. It's not, look, we're not talking about a debate between Republicans and Democrats. I want to strike those words, frankly. I don't identify, use the leftist term here, Mike. I don't identify as Republican as much so as conservative. Not every Republican is conservative. And not every Democrat is a Marxist. But the platforms speak for themselves. But this isn't about Republican versus Democrat. This is a clash between free market capitalism versus centralized control. This is a clash between free speech versus controlled speech. They want to take away our words. And when you look at some of the laws that have come into place in California this year, that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're trying to control us. Look, they started how many years ago taking away our straws and our plastic bags. Now we have to pay 10 cents per plastic bag. Look, I protest every time I go to the store. I'm just like, I got a bunch of random stuff in my basket and we're just putting it in the back of my car. I know. We can get the vinyl shopping bags or whatever. I don't know. I don't do it. Now they completely taken it away. Well, you guys are still paying for them. You guys are still using the plastic bags. You can't have them. We're not allowed to have them at all. Paper bags. Oh, and you got to pay for the paper bags. Okay. This is how they want to control you and I, the average everyday citizen. Meanwhile, allowing criminals to run free, allowing homeless encampments to spread all over the state. The left for a long time was the party of the rebel, the stick it to the man. And they came in under this radar. And I watched a really interesting video the other day talking about, well, there's coalitions. Maybe I'll post a link if you guys want the link. Drop a comment and I'll share the link with you. But I watched a video the other day and was talking about all these different factions. This is like really, like, anybody who is involved in party politics like understands there's factions all over the place. They're really popping their head up now, and sadly in the absence of Charlie. But there's factions popping up all over the place, and these are what make up the parties: the Democrat Party, the Republican Party, and so on. So in California, look, we're in this mess. We're in a big old mess. As I've said many times, you can vote your way into communism, but you'll have to fight your way out of it. They've just voted their way into communism in New York City. Thank God for our patriots. And many people think, well, California's all blue. No. Actually, there's a lot of red in the state. A lot. There's a whole lot. I mean, when you look at voting patterns, we win what 45% of the state vote on statewide elections. But we're not behind. We're ahead of the curve. We set the tone. So what happens in California gets pushed out all across this nation. We all know this, but like really think about it. So I said this many times. You've heard the expression, as goes California, so goes the rest of the United States. Well, and we extrapolate that out, like so goes the rest of the world, right? So what we're missing is California is hugely important when it comes to the rest of the state and what's going on and how that affects you. So this isn't theory. This is already being written into law. They're continuing to push, even though Trump rolled back some of the mandates when it comes to the fuel regulations of new autos. California is doubling down on it. They're pushing to take away our parental authority. But the bottom line is they don't need to win arguments if they can manage outcomes. So, guys, I'm going to be making a push. Again, I'm going to be sharing our big vision. Reach out to me if you want to know how to get connected with that big vision. We're building something that cannot be stopped. We're not looking to win just for 1 year, which, Lord willing, we may win the governorship in 2026. But we're setting something up that's permanent and cannot be stopped for the state of California. You guys want to hear more about that? Let me know. And until next time, I'm gonna be coming to you more. Probably be coming with some lives. We're gonna be doing shows all up and down the state. We got something huge planned for the end of the year. Can't wait to share that with you. We're still in a little bit of the planning process, but you guys will be pumped. This is going to be the thing that's going to bring back the excitement that we need in California for the Republican Party. I'll talk to y'all later. Till next time, God bless.